News 8 is your local election headquarters, and tonight the League of Women Voters hosted a forum for the State Assembly seat 135 race.
The debate was between Democrat Assemblymember Jen Lunsford and her challenger, Republican Joe Chenelly, running for the spot. The back and forth centered on public safety, crime, abortion, voting rights, and education. Christian Garzone sat through the whole thing and joins us in the studio with more. Christian.
Adam, Teresa, District 135 covers the east side of Monroe County, towns like Webster, Penfield, and Perrinton. This debate by the League of Women Voters, well, they said it's the best one they've ever hosted and commended the two candidates for their tone and approach. On day one, should you win the seat or win re-election, what would your first priority be? We'll start with Assemblymember Jen Lunsford.
We're still digging our way out of COVID. We have workforce development problems and parents who are still not back to work, and we need to figure out ways to help families make their ends meet.
And now challenger Joe Chenelly, also a Marine and national chair of AMVETS.
First priority right now has to be public safety, and there's nothing more important in this state right now than setting and establishing a dangerousness standard.
Chenelly's talking about bail reform changes made in 2019. In short, he feels judges can't be judges to keep dangerous criminals off the streets. Lunsford feels the law and the problems are far more complicated.
What we're seeing is the impact of poverty and illegal guns and disinvestment in some of our poorest zip codes.
Abortion also brought to the table, and the state constitution's Equal Protection Clause. Both said they will vote in favor of this bill.
I will proudly vote for it again. Every single Republican in the state government voted against that bill, so I'm glad to see that Mr. Chenelly be willing to depart from his party.
On education, Lunsford said the state should do more for schools via foundation aid. Chenelly agrees and said COVID left our youth behind.
And schools should be fully funded, and funding's going to need to be increased with the learning loss that our schools across the board have suffered because of the wrong-headed decisions, again, by Albany.
And the new concealed carry law. Lunsford said the Supreme Court tied the state's hands.
When the Supreme Court took away that option, we were left flat-footed, and we needed to replace it with something.
Chenelly says it's too much.
I think, as has become typical with in Albany, it went too far.
Also talked about was arming teachers in schools, voting rights, and a whole lot more. Find this story over at rochesterfirst.com for the full debate. Adam, Teresa, right back to you.
Christian, thank you. This debate was supposed to feature the race for District 130. However, Assemblyman Brian Manctolo had to postpone at the last minute.